29.8 to 1. 2 is Old Vic at 7 to 1 over here at the moment. Number 3, Ars Blanc, Donald Manning at 95.9 to 1. 4, Renebic at 32.2 to 1. 5, Louis Cifre at 3.3 to 1 is the man of Freddie Head. 6, Atacad, Alain Junk at 31.1 to 1. Number 7, Norberto, ridden by Dominic Burf at 9.2 to 1. And number 8, Edinburgh, ridden by Alain Lecoeur at 32.6 to 1. Galetto, the favourite, at 1.7 to 1 is ridden by Eric Legree. Number 10, Sovereign Water at 13.7 to 1, Tony Cruz. Number 11, Dancehall at 3 to 1, Catch Asmussen. And number 12 is El Mayor, ridden by Michael Hills.
Present now, the grey gives chase. Warshaw, the expensive horse, can find no more, and Steve Corton is feeling confident because down to the 1, he's looked behind and he sees a gap of 3 lengths to the hard-ridden Golden Pheasant as they race up towards the line. Old Vic has it in safekeeping and Old Vic wins.
John Cunnington and Galetto stormed into Derby reckoning last time out after a most impressive performance in the Prix Lupin. El Mayor picked out for you also. He's in the field again today, trained by Paul Kellaway. And for many English students, El Mayor provides the key to Galetto's form. But let's watch it closely. Galetto really sprints on the outside, lengthens his stride and comes right away. He's a great big powerful horse. Just watch him closely now because he just tends to change his legs and drift to his right in the closing stages. Notice Eric Legree has his whip in his right hand trying to prevent that. OK, as the form stands, it might not amount to a great deal in beating El Mayor, but the style of performance was very, very impressive. Conditions were very fast. 3, one of the complete outsiders called Ars Blanc. He was quite a good horse in the provinces last year, trained by Madame Estienne Bastien and ridden by Donald Manning, but he was hopelessly tailed off in the French 2,000 guineas, and if that's the best he can do, well, really he'd have trouble winning much outside selling company on the main courses in France, in my view. And the most significant of those, as far as his Derby chances, came in the Prix Ocar at Longchamp on the 7th of May, and as you can see, we've picked out other runners of the field in the Ocar who are also in the Derby this afternoon, and Dancehall had to work very hard indeed to get home. He came with a strong run on the outside. Cash Asmussen in the drive position, really getting to work. The horse battles on really well, but you have to say that the performances of those who placed, Norberto and Louis Sheep, who finished strongly, they didn't get anything like so clear a run as Cash ensured he got on at Dancehall, and it wouldn't be the greatest surprise if Dancehall hasn't improved since then, if they reverse the placings with him. Now, excuses were made for Dancehall afterwards. Cash said that he hit the front too soon and he should have held his horse to 1.7 to 1. Dancehall 3.2 to 1. Louis Sheep 4.0 to 1. Old Vic 5.2 to 1. Norberto 9.7 to 1. Sovereign Water is 12.5 to 1. There was good money in England for that with the leading firms at Lingfield Park yesterday afternoon. Edinburgh is 29.0 to 1. Mizadon is 30.2 to 1. Atacad is 34.7 to 1. Renebic 35.0 to 1. And the outsiders El Mayor, those of you who know Paul Kellaway know that he's won a French Classic with a maiden before, 81.9 to 1, and Ars Blanc is 103.2 to 1. That would have them scratching their heads. The 3.2 to 1. Louis C 4.1 to 1. Old Vic 4.7 to 1. Norberto 9.9 to 1. Sovereign Water 12.8 to 1. Mizadon 29.0 to 1. Edinburgh 29.9 to 1. Renebic 36.9 to 1. Atacad 38.4 to 1, El Mayor 83.5 to 1, and someone's had a few francs on Ars Blanc at 96.4 to 1.
On this, with Dancehall in now at 3.3 to 1, that'll be 130, just around 4 to 1 Louis Cifre, and Old Vic is in at 9 to 2 now. Old Vic, look at that, 13.9 to 1. If only some of us could have got that price there. Norberto, I think that's a bit of a surprise, holding it around 10 to 1 Norberto, and Sovereign Water in at 12.9 to 1. Well, it was unraced as a 2-year-old, that Sovereign Water, but horses can do it who've never raced as 2-year-olds. Natroon 2 years ago won it, Policeman in 1980, and in the 60s Tapal Canreliance won the Prix Du Jockey Club, never having raced as 2-year-olds. It will be an amazing surprise if anything outside those wins, though I think if Mizadon wins, old Jim McGrath called it an old boat. I think 1 or 2 people have something to say about that, but it does look really between the front 4. It'd be a tremendous surprise if any of those are beaten, and the money's still coming in for Old Vic, now on the shoulders, 9 to 2.
The other way around when he was in England, and it was Rainy Vic that broke away smartly. That's on the left of the picture, and looking for Old Vic. He's third from the right of the picture in the white sleeve jacket. El Mayor taking quite a keen hold, and just in behind these comes Dancehall, Mizardon held up, and it's Atticad now that's come through to take up the running. Atticad in the lead, Old Vic stretching well on the wide outside, Rainy Vic is close in behind them in third, El Mayor racing well is fourth, then Galetto, the favourite in the yellow sleeve jacket, tracks that in 5, Louis Seif 6, followed by Mizardon, but it's Old Vic, Steve Cawthon. He knows the horse stays and he's making a true test of stamina. He leads by about a length and a half. Old Vic stretching up. Atticad is second, El Mayor third, Rainy Vic 4, Mizardon 5, Galetto on the outside 6, on the wide outside of Louis Seif racing 7. Then comes Mizardon, followed by Norberto, and at this stage Sovereign Water is last and trailing the field by some 3 to 4 lengths. Dancehall last but 2. That's in the green jacket, bright red cap. But it's Old Vic leading through the first half mile. Old Vic setting the pace to Atticad in second. Then racing third on the wide outside is El Mayor, on the outside of Pat Edery on Mizardon. Then comes Rainy Vic and Louis Seif. Galetto is racing wide just in the picture in the yellow jacket, yellow sleeve jacket. Louis Seif follows that. Then Norberto and Edinburgh and Dancehall, and the rank outsider Ars Blanc is last but 1. And there's that most magnificent shadow. So they're coming down towards the halfway stage in this Prix Du Jockey Club Lancia. And up front it's Old Vic leading, stretching them by a length over Atticad racing second. El Mayor running a big race in third. They swing right-handed. Now it's a stiff uphill climb into the home stretch. Mizardon creeps through into 4th place, but it's Old Vic leading by a length and a half. El Mayor is in 2nd place at this stage. Atticad races third. Then behind these comes Mizardon. Galetto poised on the outside. Louis Seif in behind them. Freddie Head rides up one. He's ridden 4 Derby winners. The one that's tailed off is Ars Blanc. But they're in line for home, and Steve Cawthon sets sail. He commits on Old Vic. That's the chasing group. Pat Edery in pursuit on Mizardon. Then comes El Mayor in the yellow jacket third. And next to the rails, Rainy Vic is 4th. But they've got 2 furlongs left to go in the Prix Du Jockey Club Lancia. And you can start raising your hats because Old Vic is 5 clear for Steve Cawthon. And in 2nd place, Dancehall now finishing well. A furlong and a half to go, but they've got it all on to catch Old Vic, who's clear of Dancehall in 2nd place. Galetto is 3rd, and this is Old Vic striding up to the line, giving Steve Cawthon his first French Derby, our first French Derby, and at the line Old Vic, an impressive winner. Dancehall is 2nd, Galetto is 3rd, Norberto is 4th. Then came Louis Seif in 5, and behind that one Sovereign Water, followed by Mizardon and Rainy Vic, and then El Mayor, Edinburgh, Atticad.